What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Friday. I myself, as usual, am completely beaten to a pulp, but today was insane. Was outside, it was sunny out for a second, then it was raining, then it was sleeting, and apparently an earthquake went through. The FedEx guy rolled up to the job and he was like, "You guys hear that?" I was like, "Dog, gonna be real with you. There is just cement. There are so many, jackhammers and things going that even if an earthquake did happen here, I probably would have no idea." But I hope you're all safe. Hope you're all having yourselves a great week. It is Friday, so let's indulge in that. Thank you, Lord. For those of you who have to still work this weekend, I do apologize, but I am quite excited. Going to relax. Got a little birthday celebrating to do. So I'm going to take her easy, but don't worry. I'm still going to try to get that damn running back video out. We started the draft series, so hopefully you guys were able to check out the first video on quarterbacks. We'll move through every damn position. You'll know everybody that is on my mind here in this draft. But look, this is your show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am here. I don't know how I made it. It's a little after 7:15, but my God, it is nice to be here. Nice to see you all. So appreciate you all taking the time, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, sharing stuff, whatever you're doing. Yeah, I really can't thank you enough for helping me build this thing. But look, guys, this is your front and center now, baby. So all questions, comments, any topics, we'll recap what happened this week. Tell you any kind of updates you need to know. Oh, were you wondering about cap space? Don't worry. I checked that when I got up this morning. Unfortunately, it was just way too busy of a day to try to put anything out for you guys. But here you are, 31.3 mil. Now we need Avante Maddox. We need Return-Mailata's numbers to all affect that. But as I said yesterday, those numbers, it's still going to be around 30 million. So anybody we want to sign, anybody we want to trade, we can do it all. You'll hear people trying to say they know how the cap works for draft picks. They don't. You really don't even need 5 million. I promise you'll finally start hearing people repeat that. We're getting more people watching the show, getting more people to understand how this stuff works. We need it. God, it's brutal out there. But hey, man, appreciate you all. Let's rock and roll here, you sickos. And we got a sicko starting us off here with Tiffany. Let's ride, my man Lil. Let's go, birds. Yo, appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, I bet you did. Didn't it happen in Jersey? I'm not exactly sure. I honestly, if anything happened today, news-wise, anything I have missed at all, today was the longest day ever. I don't even, oh my Lord. But I'm glad to be sitting in this chair. I'll be real with you. But I have no idea where it happened or what. The FedEx guy was freaking out. That was the only reason I knew that something happened. But then I did see the Eagles posted something. I was like, what the? But yo, my man CJ, appreciate you tuning in, bro. Let's go, birds. We're going to be breaking this all down here. What happened this week? Obviously, Hassan Reddick. He is gone. We talked about this. Obviously, we had Nolan Smith drafted last year. We brought in Bryce Huff, all for a reason. So, hey, and yeah, that's why I thought I saw something about Jersey, but no doubt, man. Hope you're all safe. Nothing ruined or anything like that. Wild times we're living in. I know you're hearing a lot of, oh, the world's ending on Monday. I'm like, well, holy shit. A good thing my birthday is on Sunday. Let me get one last birthday in, and then the world can fall to pieces, right? But I work with some High Plains drifters who definitely follow a lot of, the TikTok experts out there and stuff. And the things that I get to hear. And I actually brought it upon myself today. Somebody, they said at some point, they're like, well, I'll see you guys all on Monday. I'm like, if we're still here. And they're like, oh, yeah, actually. And I was like, why did you even say that, dude? Why did you even get them going? So that was my mistake, but I'll see you all Monday. I'll be breaking down more of the draft stuff throughout this next week. And even if it, the world does end, all this stuff, but no technology, nothing's working on electronics. Okay. All right. What I will do is I'll set up shop. I'll put up a little soapbox and I'll just stand out there and I'll just start screaming about Eagles stuff. And if the Eagles are no more, well, we'll just make a new Eagles team and a bunch of you will become the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll start a new NFL account. That's where my mindset is. So bring it on, baby. But look, we did have this week. So let's talk about it. Reed Blankenship talked about his extension. Hell yeah, let's go. And obviously, both of these moves we talked about, they clear up a little bit of cap space for now, but you're locking guys up that, obviously one of the best left tackles in the game. And then a safety that can be a starter, could provide depth if you add to that room, but he knows the system. He knows what Vic Fangio is going to expect in a multiple scheme defense because, well, we've been doing that this will be year 4. But after that, obviously, we know that Avonte Maddox was signed, brought him back. You guys have been hearing me since he's been released. Look, that contract, just the way it was, he is not going to be here on that. And, if he doesn't find a suitor, and there were a couple of people to talk to him, but I think he could come back if we don't find that depth. And you see him here now. And still, to this point, I still think that you add, and we talked about that with Tyler Hall. I don't care. I think you still, if there's somebody available in the draft, you get somebody younger to be part of this future. So, look, man, those were the things that went down this week. If you missed anything, I did have a free agent tracker. I like to show this just to keep you up to date with, the players we obviously brought back or extended, restructured, whatever it may be. Full list of all of the guys that we have added on offense and defense. Oh my God, how he has been cooking. And I know some people want to focus on the negative of the couple of people we lost, a couple of people that retired, but well, we already have their replacements in place for a reason. So I'm not stressed about it. Howie knows what he's doing. We just need the players, the coaches to get all on the same page and go shine this year and get us that effing trophy back. So these are some of the players that are left. But look, man, this has been a wild off season already, man. I have really enjoyed it. And this draft stuff, it's just getting me even more excited because, dude, we got 8 picks. You got 6 the next year, 8 the year after that. And these picks, man, how he can move up, he can move back. And I'm going to continue breaking that all down. We'll go position by position, just like every year. If you haven't seen it, I go through each position, give you who I like from these positions, where I have them, if the Eagles, this, that, the other thing. Then at the end, we go through, I talk about my top guys. Then we talk about who my guy is. We'll go for year 6 here, predicting who the Eagles take with their first pick. So, my Lord, we're going to watch the draft live again this year. We'll have a nice little live stream where you can see me losing my mind. We'll see if I'm happy this time. I'm going to say yes. Let's go. But, man, speaking of that, this draft, how it's going to go, we got ourselves a little mailbag question here. And there were a couple other ones, but they were before some things happened. And those questions were already answered. But a big shout out to Nina and anybody else who got those in. But obviously, we know about Reed. We know about Avonte, Mailata, all these things that we talked about. So, all right. Now, Liz, we will get to your question right now. And I appreciate you getting that in here today. Do you see another jaw-dropping draft this year or not? Now, to me, obviously, we've got the picks to make anything happen that we want. And I think that this roster is pretty set where you don't have to be like, oh, we got to get this. Like, wherever the best available is, I think that, and if there's guys they like and they want to move around, they will do that. We are building a Super Bowl contender here, ladies and gentlemen. So I think another great year. Howie's been killing it for years now, man. And, some people whine and want to talk about Justin Jefferson, DK. It's like, what about all the other teams that passed on those people? What about all of the misses throughout the entire draft history? Do other teams whine like little bitches all day? Like, okay, man. I actually like A.J. Brown, love Devontae Smith. I'm actually excited about the receivers we have. But, it is what it is. People don't like Howie. That's fine. For me, I think he's the best GM in the game, and I think we're going to go out here. He's been listening to his scouts, and they've been doing a great job to, what is best for the team. And, man, I think that this is a collective unit that they're all pissed off about what happened last year, and I think that things are going to be much different this time around. So get excited, ladies and gentlemen. It's bird season, sicko season, as we like to say in these parts. But watching the eclipse, yeah, I would like to try to take a gander too. I'm sure I'll be working for a lot of the day. What's it starting like the afternoon or something? I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what's going on in life anymore. Everything is a blur. We've got that period where everybody's birthday is going on, all with, all the work. And I'm trying to learn all of this stuff as fast as I possibly can to do all of it. It's truly been insane while doing the physical work on top of it, then coming home, spending time with the family, trying to do Eagle stuff. It's like, oh my God, like I don't even know what's going on out there. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% upset about that. But the eclipse, I'm going to try to check it out. I will be looking up that time try to make sure what's going down. But let's effing go, my man Keith. Yo, dude, hope you had yourself a great week. And I'm all about adding depth competition to that nickel corner spot. Obviously, somebody who can start when healthy, he is great. But if he can't stay healthy, if we bring in competition and he loses out, well, he doesn't have to be on this team. So it just is what it is. And I actually hope that the entire team stays healthy. I want everybody on this team to be healthy. And, that's just how I always want our team to be healthy. So as long as we're healthy, I think that we've got ourselves quite a formidable roster. So to me, you just keep adding those, young pieces in this draft, and you will add as you see fit with the free agents. And there's guys out there. If you need to trade for someone, we all know that how we can do that. So just stay patient here. I know some people are upset about people, Reed Blankenship, Avante Maddox. And I told you guys on April Fool's, I almost made the joke like, oh my God, the Eagles made a roster move and fans didn't whine. That was obviously an April Fool's joke because it doesn't matter what happens. You remember Jalen Hurts. Oh my God, the hate that was happening. It's just like, dog, these are good things. I want to be good. I want the team to be good. I don't want to appeal to the Dan Silios and the ESPs of the world. I want to be intelligent. I actually want good things to happen to the team, not what dumbasses are saying. You know what I mean? I don't know why people follow that stuff, but more power to them. If they enjoy never knowing anything, no clue how the cap space or the draft cap hits, anything like that, it's weird to me. But hey, for you sickos out there that enjoy that free information, let's go, baby. So all I ever ask is for a little bit of a like, a little subscribe, maybe a share here and there. Tell your friends about it, whatever it may be. I appreciate each and every one of you because, whoo, it has been a wild sicko season already. I have so much on my plate with work. And, it's just, sicko season to me, I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I know how much it sucks that football is not happening. So it's like, I think about you guys all the time. Like, I gotta get this show out, man. I gotta have you guys ready to rock and roll. So, with Liz, talking about like this draft, this is why I do that stuff. I break down every single why I think we're going to have another great draft. I'm going to show you each position. I'm going to tell you what the Eagles have at that position, why I feel they don't need to focus, too much on this. But hey, maybe a guy falls. You got this guy. I will tell you which guys I like. We do it each year. And, we have fun for those of you that have been tuning in. And clearly it's been weird that, 5 years in a row predicted who we take. And not so good with some of them. Rager, Mailata, really. Dillard. You guys know I got a lot of hate from Mailata too, but I think people are coming around to that notion. Jalen Hurts, Howie Roseman. I don't mind that people hate me for knowing what I'm talking about. It's not a big deal, man. Those people always come along. I could just do without all the whining stuff, in the process. It's like, dog, I'm just trying to help. That's all. Yeah, I saw The Rock doing WWF stuff. No surprise to me. He's supposed to be a heel right now, I do believe. So, of course, he would do that. That is one of the greatest heels of all time. I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid. WrestleMania going on at the Link this weekend. If you guys want to get me any late birthday presents, I'm sure it's very cheap to get, some WrestleMania. No, but I honestly, I used to love wrestling when I was a kid. So that's cool. I've tried. My kid used to be real into it. Not anymore. So hey, man, I've heard it's getting cooler. I try to pay attention to some of the clips I see, but I'm not going to hold it against The Rock because he's playing a character. So I love me some Dwayne Johnson, though. That was one of my favorite. If you wonder where my attitude came from, certain things I did, you could just go back to like the 90s, early 2000s of wrestling and just see The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, things like that. And it starts to make a little bit more sense. But I love it, man. And it's cool that The Rock is a heel again because I always loved him as a heel, man. I love that, man. Just calling people out. It's awesome. Piss off the fans. So, of course, start booing him. Oh, yeah, man. It's truly funny. But, yeah, no doubt. But, yeah, you have to understand people just are offended about everything. They want to whine and cry like little bitches all the time. So, you guys, as I say, every single show when people bring that stuff up, I don't. People are whiny little bitches too. They ain't built for this world, and that's all right, man. But The Rock, I give him a pass on this one just due to the fact that he's in character. But I grew up a big fan of him, Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I'm going to have to put Stone Cold #1 now, Rock, because you did that. So that's what you get. Give me a hell yeah. Sorry about that. But, dude, for me, that's cool. I'm pumped up that it is at the Link. Some cool stuff going on for Philadelphia there, seeing some of these wrestlers. I know my one buddy, he's been obviously busy hanging out with Lane and all these WWE, I guess it's called, wrestlers. So cool for him. I told him probably like 6 months. I should have said something nearer to this time because he's probably going to be there, right? You know what I mean? So I think that, dude, I told him, look, you guys need a manager, you need a tag team partner, anything like that, baby. I can still stretch the legs, little sweet chin music for somebody. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. All right, Shawn Michaels, let's calm her down here. But, dude, I would be all about it, but didn't get the call. Guess they didn't want to win the titles. That's fine. That's fine. Go Birds! Appreciate you tuning in here. Supposed to draw heat to find a boss. Yeah, man. I saw a clip of him saying that. I'm like, that's really cool. I like that little nickname for him. He's always been The Rock, and the people's champ when I was a kid. But I actually was a fan of Rocky Maivia, which is really weird. He wore these corny ass, like little freaking, I don't know, man. Whatever the thing was that he wore on his neck that came down with the little tassels, whatever. But then he became The Rock, and people used to chant, die, Rocky sucks, Rocky sucks. I loved them. I loved every second of the Nation of Domination. I was a huge fan. Original Nation, once he got added in, then it started getting weird, adding people like Owen Hart to the, I remember that stuff. But no, I was a huge fan of The Rock, dude. The People's Eyebrow, I was all about it, dude. All about it. Stone Cold, Undertaker. I mean, that was my stuff, my man. But yeah, he's doing his job. That's why I can't be mad about it. You know what I mean? It's like, be like getting mad at an actor. And that's what I always tell people, like, oh, wrestling sucks. And it's like, dude, I don't even watch it anymore. But I mean, do you watch movies? Do you watch TV? Like, what's that called? Well, that's entertainment. It's like, yeah, people can like whatever they want. People watch cooking shows, hoarder shows, people fishing on deep sea, like, that's cool, dude. If that's what you like. I'm obsessed with football, so I don't care. You know what I mean? People think I'm weird because I love the Eagles. It's like, that's fine, dude. Weirdos. But Liz, appreciate you tuning in. We went through your question. Big draft coming your way, and we'll be breaking it all down. The quarterback show is out. Going to get that running back show out here. So we shall see. And yeah, there's a lot of them. You don't want to know a lot of things about them. They always say, don't ever meet your idols. So I just don't pay attention to the outside stuff for a lot of them. Unless they're good people, then I pay attention. If they're D-bags, then they get cut off. So, yeah, you want to do that for sure. For sure, Little G, all about it. Hopefully you're checking out those draft shows. We're going to be breaking out how they can draft well and who I think they should draft. We'll break it all down. So appreciate you. But sucks. That was my favorite. I was a huge Undertaker fan, man. I mean, you kind of got to go through like the periods of my life. I think like Ultimate Warrior was probably my favorite. Him and the Legion of Doom and Undertaker, like when I was a kid. Then it was like Undertaker forever. Then The Rock came and Stone Cold, and it was like, okay. And after that, I didn't really watch wrestling. Even when they were still wrestling, like I wasn't watching when Stone Cold got his neck messed up. So once I turned like 14, 15, bro, it was just about football, hanging out with friends. Like I started not paying attention to it much, but that was my John back in the day, man. But I don't know about Taker and Kane anymore. I've heard some things. Don't like that. But Big Show, no doubt, Little G. My dad loved him some Big Show as well. My dad wasn't even a big wrestling fan or anything, but he would take me to like little shows sometimes. He would watch it with me, and we loved The Undertaker. That was one of them. But when Big Show came out, dude, he thought he was pretty damn cool. So that's what's up, Little G. Big Show. Well, it's a big show. I remember that. I'm sorry, guys. It has been a long day. You're getting all kinds of weird WWF entrance themes thrown your way. As long as I don't break any glass for Stone Cold to come out, we are good here, ladies and gentlemen. But love to see you guys sharing that love. Andre the Giant was my favorite, and then Big Show. Oh, okay. You like the big boys. Let's go. And I was always a fan, too, watching them just throwing people around, destroying them. And Andre the Giant, I don't really recall much from a kid being able to see that stuff, but I obviously have seen plenty of clips, and he's one of the greatest, and he's got some crazy, I think I could, if anyone could have stood toe-to-toe with Andre the Giant in a drinking competition, it would have been this guy right here. And before you say, yeah, right, I didn't get cirrhosis at the age of 30 from drinking a couple wine coolers. Just want to let you know. But I was a fan of the Big Show as well. Corporate Big Show, that was pretty cool when he came over and came through the ring, I think it was, right? And like, I think it was a cage match, Stone Cold, Vince McMahon, I want to say, something like, man, oh, this old Dusty, let's dust off the old cobwebs here. But we're talking about WWE here. Love it, love it, love it. You guys were, obviously this is your show, so you get to talk about whatever you want, and I'm always down for that. We were, the one kid I work with, he's a wrestling fan. He was like, oh, and he didn't even say anything till we were like almost dropping him off, and he was like, oh man, it's in Philly. I was like, oh dude, I was like, oh, you watch wrestling? And I was like, that's what's up. I was like, you got to tell me, what's going down here. I was like, is that the link? I'd like to see what's going on. So maybe I'll watch some recaps, try to get caught up, and maybe I'll watch a little bit on my birthday. Hey, The Rock's in it, so it's gotta be pretty cool, right? And I did take one line. I said it one time to you guys. We were talking about wrestling or something. Roman Reigns. Somebody was saying. I was saying, acknowledge me. I saw that one point, and I was like, that is fantastic. Chelsea pulled that on Dom one day, and there's a reason I love that woman with all my heart. And well, that's one of them right there. Stuff like that. But dude, Dom, acknowledge me. Too funny. Used to watch Glow back in the day. Not sure what Glow is. If that's wrestling, ECW was. That's what's cool to me about WrestleMania being there. I know Paul Heyman, bro. That is like when I was a child, ECW would come on late night, and there I think it was like channel 18 or 19. It didn't even come in. Like usually those were like Cinemax or HBO or something. But I had one of those like dial things. Like that's how you change the channel on this TV. Like it had only up to like 30 numbers, and you had to like scroll across it. I don't know if you guys are that old that you know what I'm talking about, but I'd have to go to like channel 17, 18, whatever it was. But it was like Saturday night, something like that. Late night, I'd be sneaking in. I have to turn it down real low, dude. And it was like all grainy. Like I couldn't even barely see it, dude. But I was obsessed with this, dude. And man, Rob Van Dam, Sabu, like these dudes, I was like, this is the real deal, baby. And then eventually, like I somehow was able to watch it. Like I grew up watching it and became a really, really, really big fan of it. And they like joined. My nephew actually watched wrestling. He's like, dude, ECW people. I was like, oh, that's so cool. But every time I ever tried to check it out, it was really stupid. And I was like, this isn't ECW, bro. Like, but that was something awesome. Now, I used to, my old account before the old haters got my old account disconnected. I used to be followed by Rob Van Dam, who is one of my favorites of all time. But he's a pretty cool dude. We still he'll still chat with me here and there. But I'd like to message him, but I can't anymore without him following me. So maybe I'll just say something to him like, hey, dog, like what I should have done was try to get somebody on here, but it is what it is. Yo, my man, Brian, appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Fan Friday. So obviously, whatever the hell is on your guys' mind, you're leading the way here. So we had some wrestling stuff going down. We did do the recap. We talked about the Eagles stuff, but anything that's on your mind, man, whatever it may be, that is what I'm here for. Believe how many stars going to be at the link to. Oh, man, right? I should have done more to try to make sure I was there. And dude, you know that Lane Johnson's going to be there. Kelsey's probably going to be there. So my source is probably going to be sitting right there with him. If you see the guy, he's probably going to have a ball cap with the wavy hair sitting next to Lane Johnson. Well, you'll know my source right there. So there's a little hint for you. But he goes with him everywhere. So I made the joke, like 6 months ago about being a tag team partner or whatever. But hey, if you're watching, I'm dead serious. You can bring me along. I'll carry suitcase, whatever you need, man. But too funny. Sting. Oh, that's a good one, man. And I was also one of those people where I would switch back and forth. Like I would try. Now it was more WWF, but I would try to see Nitro, what was going on, because I was big into the NWO. Sting. And I liked, old school Sting too. It looks like, Miami Beach Sting. But when he became like the Crow Sting, coming down from those rafters with that baseball bat against the NWO, those are some great times, my friend. So all about it. Mankind, he's the man. I actually met Mick Foley. If you guys go to Knoebels, that's actually really close to me. If you guys are ever going, let me know, man. Maybe I can meet one of you guys. Maybe I'll be there one of these days, because it's literally down the road from me, about 20 minutes. But we go every year all the time. And apparently Mick Foley has a cabin, I think he said in Pittsburgh, I want to say. But he told me he goes there every single year. And ever since I met him 15 years ago, probably, I have seen people that I know posting on Facebook, wherever, about, oh my God, I just met Mick Foley. And I'm like, oh, so this dude really does. So maybe you'll get lucky if you ever go. It's a free park. It's a great time. But, dude, I just happened to be walking. I see this guy in like red sweatpants, a blue, like Hawaiian shirt. And I'm like, duh, what? Like he dresses just how you saw him when I was like, dude, that's him. And he like walking with a limp because you know the dude's really jacked up. And I just walked up to him, didn't make a scene. I was like, hey man, I was like, you're Mick Foley. And as soon as he looked at me, I was like, oh my God. I was like, hey, nice to meet you. And talk to, and I'm not one of those people that like, oh my God, I need to get your autograph. I was just like, hey, I just want to let you know I grew up loving watching what you do, man, putting your body on the line. Thank you. That Hell in a Cell match, one of my favorites. And it was really cool to be able to meet with him. We walked for, I don't know, man, maybe 20, 30 yards. It wasn't that long, but he was with his kids. And I remember like somebody walked by, they're like, hey, was that me? And I was just like, like, I'm just sitting here walking with this dude. And he told me about how he comes back every year. And I was like, that's so cool, blah, blah, blah. And then he gave me a pound, went about our way. And I was like, and the coolest, actually, I think I've told you guys the story before, was that my friends bet me that it wasn't him because I saw his ass, man. We were standing there. I'm like, dude, look what he's wearing. And each of they're like, well, my one buddy said something, they said something, and there was like 3 of them out of like, dude, there was like 8 of them. And they finally got to the point. I was like, you all owe me $10 if that's him. And they're like, why would he be at Knoebels? And boom, he was at Knoebels. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I was always a big fan of him, especially like those Boiler Room matches and the Kane Undertaker stuff going on. That was my prime. I loved that stuff. And horrible. I already hated COVID with all my heart, but the fact that it took out someone like him, and that's why it was so sad to see so many people tricked. So many of the sheep just follow and be told, hey, go get this virus so we can make more money and you can all die. And it was pretty sad to watch a lot of people just walk into the abyss. But, you know, you see how it impacted. It didn't matter. Obviously, someone like me, you know, immunocompromised, you guys know I got COVID and it almost took me. So got to be careful. But someone like him who is obviously in great shape, he's a WWE wrestler, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? That stuff. And it's sad, man, to see people, how much they didn't care about others through that time. It was sad to see them tricked. And that's just kind of what this country does to people. But that's for a different show, maybe, because I don't know if I want to talk too much of the Eagles, but because I get pretty pissed off about watching people be used as pawns by this damn place. And breaks my heart, man. Breaks my heart. Just got a ticket. It was Jason. Yeah, man. I think we see Jason, Lane, maybe Fletch. But yeah, I wish I could have gone too, my man. That would be pretty cool. And oh, yeah, Anton, we actually have a bunch of VHS videos. And we got to a point where we literally would write out cards and like hand them out in school. And people like, yeah, we're going to Brett's on Friday. We'd all meet out back of Brett's, dude. We built this like makeshift out of mattresses, little ring, which so unsafe. Thank God none of us died. But dude, we'd be jumping off his little 1-story house, like, dude, just being dumbasses. Then it moved on to John Eisnew's house, and he had this 2-story barn. And we started doing things, jumping off that through tables and stuff. And things got a little rowdy. And finally, people at school found out what we were doing. The cop showed up and gave us this lecture about, like, dude, so sad that we're just kids trying to have fun. So what we did was, well, okay, we can't do this. We'll just go use drugs instead. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. But dude, drinking and smoking is all we had to do. But that backyard wrestling was life for me, bro. I, to this day, really would love to kick my own ass for not trying something with wrestling, dude. Like, I love it. And I actually talked to the guy that runs Monster Factory, and, you know, me and Danny, he's a cool dude. We've had some good conversations, and, you know, he helps out that Damian Priest, Vader, so many cool WWF wrestlers he's helped. But I thought about it, man. Like, what if I just go try to be like, you know, a guy on the mic? Now, obviously, physically, I wouldn't be able to do it. So, but that'd be what's up, man. That would be what's up. But love me some backyard wrestling, my friend. I even had a video game of backyard wrestling. If you guys remember, I think ICP was in it or something. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory there. But yeah, that was like a big thing back then too. Backyard, everybody was trying to do it. So good stuff. Up in Elysburg, been there. Yeah, man. I live about 20 minutes away from there. So we always are going up there. Kid loves it. And we go there Christmas time as well. They have like a little light show you can drive through. So pretty neat. But you guys are ever heading up there, make sure you let me know if I'm heading up there, or maybe I don't have anything to do that day. Maybe we shall chat, or maybe you're trying to plan something and I'll let you know when I'm going. Sending love from Boise, my man. Yo, I appreciate you, dude. And I'm going to hope so. I just want to relax. Chelsea was asking me, what do you want to do for your birthday? I'm like, nothing. It has been the longest week. I just want to spend time with you guys, do some fun stuff, but really doesn't have to be. As long as it's not traveling, I don't want to drive. I don't even want to sit in the passenger seat anymore. I don't want to do any more driving this week because I have driven all over God's creation, and I just want to relax. I'm going to be honest with you. So, yo, I appreciate you though, man, and hope you had a great week. Let's enjoy this weekend, my friend. Hope you have a good one. When you get older, you're like, how we die. Yeah, man, no doubt, man. I'm old as hell now, man. Very old. How didn't we die? Well, I was thinking you were saying how do we die? Because there were so many times as we, were doing things where it's just like, which one's going to be the one? You know what I mean? So, and we just had this conversation today at work. My buddy we grew up together, and these kids, like, something will happen and a story comes out of left field. There's one time, and it's always, they're just like, what the fuck? And it's like, dog, I don't know. I'm grateful, be like, oh, I'm sorry you have cirrhosis. I'm like, I don't care, man. I'm still here. And one of my great friends from high school just died 2 days ago, man. And it was like, really shook me because we were just talking about him and just talking. It's just like, man, I can't do this much more. Like, I buried so many of my family and friends, and it breaks my heart, dude. But that's why I don't try to be annoying with this stuff. But you guys ever need a friend, you're struggling with something, whatever it may be. Obviously, alcohol was my thing, but maybe you use other drugs, heroin, crack, TV, whatever your vice is. I'm no doctor. I'm no priest. I'm no counselor. I'm just somebody that's been to hell and back. And I don't know how I didn't die, my friend, but I just want to make sure other people don't go out like that. Now, still, I want people to live. I'm not saying, don't go out and test the waters of life. Just, for those of us that have already tasted it, maybe need to calm her down a little. I had to, found out the hard way, but dog, I don't know how I'm still here. I don't, from the amount of things I did to my body, like, wild man. But I'm glad to be here because I'm glad I found this family right here with you guys. But it's a bonfire party I went to back in the day. They started throwing everything into the fire, put a door in the fire, and somebody tried to lay on it. Man, I don't know why, but as soon as you said that, that's awesome. I had this one party, dude, and this dumbass kid, AJ, he always thought he was the coolest. He was a couple years ahead of me, and he was always trying to impress, like, the younger girls. Straight weirdo. I'm sure he probably is on a list at this point. But this dude, he's trying to be cool hand Luke, and, we younger guy, we're chilling, we're drinking, we're having a good time, and this dude, like, they're all doing stuff to the fire, like you're alluding to, just people throwing shit in the fire, watching stuff burn, being idiots, you know what I mean? And this guy comes up with the idea that he is going to jump this fire. Now, keep in mind, as you were saying about throwing stuff in the fire, that's right where my brain went to. There's just all this stuff. So you're not just jumping over the fire. You're jumping over this mother effing, all this garbage in here with this. Dog, I can see it right now. This kid goes to jump, and he just, I don't know, biffed it. And when he hits, like, the little, like, stone area, he makes it just a little bit past, like, I don't know, he hit something kind of, but it, like, and he just falls back, bro. Falls right back and just, and dude, people are pulling him out, and he's, oh my God, all these coals on him. It was awesome, dude. He didn't die, so it was awesome. Okay, but this kid, he was a straight asshole to everyone. So I think it was just kind of something that was coming to him. But that's funny, Anton, because you instantly, my mind went right to there, and that's what happens at work, dude. We'll just be, something will happen, or someone mentions something. It's like, dude, this one time, and oh my God, I love you guys. I love these Fan Fridays. You're always getting these stories out of me. Too kind, but holy hell, Liz. Come on, you are way too kind here. Seriously. Way too kind. And I will be. I'm not going anywhere because I love you guys too much. But man, and I don't know if you watched that show the day after Chelsea's birthday, but I gave you a big shout out then too, because you had given me super chat and told me to treat her right. And we went out, went to this coffee flight place, and got a little something extra. And I told her, I was like, this one's right here from Liz. And she gave you a big, I don't think you guys know how much it means to us that you guys are so supportive, and you're truly like family. And I try to talk them into, I want to get them, in shows and doing stuff. And maybe as Dom gets older and stuff, but they truly, they see you guys commenting, and dude, you guys are truly loved and appreciated. So I cannot thank you enough for that. Liz, you're way too kind. You could give me 50 cents and I would be blown away, but you just keep going with these big digits. And man, that means a lot to me. I put my body on the line every day in this job, and then, go out. I'm trying to learn to be able to sell this stuff. And then I come back and it's just like, I could lay down a lot of times, I'm hurting, man. This disease is no joke. And I just want to sit down. Look, bro, I'm still covered in mud and stuff. Like I still have my work shirt on. I did not come home and jump in the shower like I wanted to. I came home because I knew the family wasn't home yet. So I'm like, let's talk to this family. We'll try to, we'll get it done. And then I'll be able to hang out with my family. And I think I hear them home now. So I'm going to get rolling out in a few minutes here. But, man, you guys mean the world to me. And I literally, I have to find that second when everybody's like, oh, the day's over. I can't wait to go home. And I'm like, I can't wait to get home, finish these effing graphics, and let's go talk some birds, baby. So I'm a true sicko. And I think that's why we all get along so well in these parts, because, well, you're effing sickos too. So I love it. And yo, Liz, holy crap. I cannot thank you enough for that. As a kid, I don't know. I live right, Lil. I'll be honest with you. I have no effing idea. And the buddy I work with, I mean, best friend growing up. So he has no filter to tell these people anything. This dumbass one time, and it's like, all right, dude, maybe they didn't need to know that story. But hey, I'm still standing here, so I have no shame in my game. I'm all about keeping it real, because I was a wild man. I did not get cirrhosis at the age of 30 from just sitting back and doing nothing. I was insane, truly insane. So the program for 12 years, I'm also lucky to have discovered the joy I was missing. My man, now I'm more happy than, hey, look, that's what I'm talking about, Colin. And the one guy I work with, he's got almost 3 years he's coming up on. I've got one guy who he was like, man, maybe if we could just talk sometime. And I was like, brother, I gave you my number for a reason. I am here every day to talk to you. You ever want to talk? Again, I always tell people I'm not a counselor. I'm not going to be the one to, you have to be the one. And that's what I teach people, that this is what worked for me. And I'm not going to be the one to give you the answer, but I'm going to try to help you. Right. Because I needed to do it on my own. I didn't need to be forced by the police or the correctional officers or the probation officers or anything. It was, I got to keep it real with myself, man. I am being controlled by I'm part of the masses because I'm just following suit. I'm drinking up what they tell me. I'm eating their trash. I'm following along, man. And it was like, wait a damn minute. So right, what you're saying right there, I finally sat back and figured out what I was missing. Now, I also, when I stopped, things got really hard because, when you drink or use whatever drugs, that you, whatever it may be, you're not you're escaping reality. And hey, look, I get it. Some people like that. And I'm not judging you guys to do whatever. We all know Liz has been keeping it real. I'm just here for those of you, and Colin obviously saying something right here, that whatever you do, I'm not judging you. I don't care. You want to drink, you want to do whatever you want. You'd like to smoke a little crack. That's you, bro. That's your life, or sister, whatever. But to me, there are people that, do want to live in this reality, that do love their families and friends and want it to be real and don't want to just let someone else take. And that's what happened to me. I would always let someone else take the wheel. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I'm me now, man. And I was missing that, bro. So Colin, big shout out to you, brother. That is huge. 12 years. That's awesome. And my dad was a drug and alcohol counselor. So I'm not knocking any of those things. For me, that none of that works. So what I preach is the power of self. So maybe obviously not everyone has the same religion, and there's so many people, well, you got to pray to God, and I always say, look, man, whatever you believe in, I'm not here, because that's what people do. Well, I don't believe in this, and it's like, see, you're starting an argument with something that I just don't care about. Let's focus on the problem at hand. Let's not deal with the worldly problems, all the things that they use to pit us against each other. Let's focus on reality, real things. And I get it. Some people find comfort in believing in what they're told. That's awesome, dog. That's never been me. And I think you guys can kind of tell by my Eagle show how I am in real life. I deal in strictly facts. This is the truth in these parts, and nothing else will do. And I've always been that way. Anybody who knows me, I'm a true effing sicko for the truth. That's just how I am. It's not just football, but that's why I created this, because I was tired of all the nonsense and misinformation of the world. And then my Eagles gets ruined by it. And it's like, nah, dog. The one thing that I like to escape with is football, but it gets to be me escaping there, right? Not drunk Daryl. So that's just my thought process there. But I'm with you, and I'm very proud of you, Colin. And a big shout out to Liz. Again, thank you for that super chat. But a big shout out to you, because I know you've been keeping it real going up. Don't you have like a year you were going on almost last time we talked? And I don't like to just throw that stuff out there. Sorry, but I know you've brought that up. But super proud of you guys. And hell, it could be one day for you. I'm proud of you. Hell, it could be half of a day, 5 minutes. Don't care, man. Just be you. Keep it real. But Liz, you're a real one, and I truly appreciate you. Thank you for that. And how seriously, like how nuts, Anton. She is too awesome, man. I can't. And you guys are all awesome, man. You're truly way too kind, man. The kind words, everything. I'm just blown away, because you guys, you stick up for me and you say stuff to other people in the comments, and it's like, I'm glad other people see it. Like, I'm not even mad the first few years I did this. Everybody just hated me because I wanted them to believe in Hurts and Howie Roseman. And it's just like, I tried to help, and it's like, I can finally sit back and relax because of you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I found sickos that really want to talk about birds, love their birds, and want to learn about stuff, or, talk about whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about right here. Like, you guys get me going and send me off. And you know how easy it is. You start talking about something, I'll talk. That's why I love Fan Friday, man, because you guys bring up all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. Awesome. But thank you very much, Brian. I really appreciate that, man. And it's your birthday Sunday, too. Is it? That's right. I can't remember my life anymore, dude. You did say something that one day, didn't you? I can't. And I think then we got confused that it was someone else and not Anton. And then and now I just don't even remember. Someone asked me today, because we were talking about how I got taken out to lunch yesterday for my birthday by the coworkers. And the one said something. They're like, well, yeah, like I didn't get to go out to Chinese or whatever. And yeah, it was just, it was pretty cool that, they took me out, and they were like kind of bragging about whatever. And they're like, wait, so your birthday was yesterday? And I was like, no, dude. I was like, I had to think for a second. I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I was like, I don't know when my birthday. Herschel, it's not my fault, bro. Like, I try to remember what today is, let alone when my birthday is. I'm getting yelled at by Herschel. I don't know if you hear him, but look, dude, Frank, you forgot your birthday again. I was like, it's Monday, and then I was like, oh, it's Sunday. Like, I'm at that age, man. I don't know what's going on anymore. But man, really, really cannot thank you enough for that, Liz. Thank you so much. It's awesome. And that's what I like to see, getting off in 7 minutes. But today was so, like, I woke up, I was looking, it was like 5 a.m. When I woke up, I was like, I could just lay back down. I was like, no, get up. Like, it was seriously like fighting myself. But if you remember what happened for me yesterday, big shout out to Chelsea for the massage she hooked me up with. Oh my God. I was like, but I think it just put me in a coma. So it was tough to get up today. Today was, it was a tough one. It really was. Because like we worked really, really, really hard. And then afterwards, just like, hey, you think so we went to your building center. A lady pulled up at the one job to bring these flowers or petunias or something she brought for this. And she's like, what are you guys doing? So we ended up, she lived 2 blocks away. We went to her basement, checked out. We're going to go put some concrete down there. It was insane. And then we had to go run a lead after that. And then another. It was pretty wild. I'm not going to lie to you, but I really cannot thank you enough for that, Liz. And you guys, thank you seriously for just taking the time. Didn't do what we did when we were younger, we wouldn't be able. Yeah. And Lil, I'll be honest with you, we were laughing. It's like, you see a lot of people that I grew up with, they don't get into this stuff until they're older, right? They don't start drinking or being crazy. They lose their families. And it's like, damn, like, I'm glad I got it out of my system. I'm glad, I had to be forced to grow up, and I'm glad I'm still here because, obviously a lot of my close friends have, passed away, and that sucks really badly. But it's like, I try to remember that, try to be like, man, you are blessed as hell. Who cares? You got a disease. There's people with no legs. There's no, and I'm not one of those people like you tell me like, oh, something's wrong. It's like, well, it could be worse. There's me. It's like, no, dude, we all go through stuff. We do. But whatever you got to use to push yourself, like, hey, man, like, let's go. Like, you want to make this channel work? You want to get a new computer? You want to make camera? And Xavier, I know you're trying to get me a computer, you sicko. I love you. I will check that computer out, man. We'll see if that does the job here, but you guys are awesome. I just want to make this a better experience for you guys, and we're going to grow this thing together all the way till we're working with them Eagles. But yo, my man Fable, eating a bowl of spaghetti. I'm effing hungry, and I know that there is some amazing Dominican food downstairs for me right now, and I am losing my mind smelling it because I ate a few times today, to be honest with you. We did eat, but I am just getting hungry, and you work hard like that, man. It makes you hungry as shit. So enjoy that spaghetti for me. I could go for some spaghetti and meatballs, right? I make a mean meatball. Just throwing it out there to you guys. I am the meatball master. Just letting you know. Don't slip in June. I'm going to Aruba. Oh, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Liz, you're not going to, because you are in control and you get to do whatever the hell you want. And an experience like Aruba, the way I looked at it, when I went to, what was it? It was the Eagles Falcons game. And that was like the first thing I'd been to that, a tailgate, all that stuff, where I wasn't supposed to be drinking, none of that, you know what I mean? And I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I remember just thinking, like, is there really a time, like, when I went to games and went to stuff when I drank, do I really remember that stuff? Or do I just tell people I remember it and look at the couple of pictures I have, like, and the bits and pieces? And I remember being like, I'm going to take this experience in. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I froze my effing balls off in that game because it was one of the coolest games I've ever been to, and I was still really sick, and my doctor told me I shouldn't be out in the weather like that, no matter how much I bundled, but I went anyway. And I watched Jalen Mills knock that ball down from Julio Jones, and I just remember sitting there and being like, wow, if I were drinking by this moment at the end of the game, no way in hell I would have remembered any of that ever. So I just look at it like, this is an experience. All these things I get to do now, I get to live it. Not the other guy, not that other person who takes over. And I'm not saying you guys are like me, that's how you drink, but that's how I had to look at it, right? So you're in control, man. You're going to Aruba 40th birthday party. Let's go. Now, I don't know if you like to dabble in the greens, but that's something I'm more than okay with. You guys know I'm a big proprietor of that. Obviously, that is the Lord's medicine. They try to fearmonger with that stuff, and obviously that started all because a bunch of racist old white dudes, but it's obviously the thing that saved my life. So I always tell you guys, you like to chill out, you need to escape a little, calm down. Don't use something that turns you into someone else or could kill you. Why don't you just use something that maybe calms your nerves, helps you physically, maybe helps you eat, sleep? I know, Hersh, I'm telling them. But I'm just saying, not telling you what to do, but it definitely helped me. But look, you guys, I believe in you, and I'm always here for you. You ever need, seriously, always here. You guys ever need a friend? You just like, oh my God, I'm about to do something. I just need to talk to someone. Reach out. Always here for you guys. Always. And my man Mario, let's go. See? And that to me, people will say, well, that's a drug. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not. You see, because I don't categorize it in a drug because the drugs kill people, right? Those are like, if you drink, you can die. Okay. Now, cannabis, maybe, from other things happening, you will die. But like, you guys know alcohol almost killed me. Cannabis saved my life. They try to give me 9 pills and I can't take a bunch of certain pills. These are all stupid things that weren't going to help me. And it was like, so I'm very anti the, big pharma, anything like that. I'm all about all natural, getting people right, mentally, physically. And that's all from God's gifts on this earth. None of this man-made BS. But with you, my man, Mario, staying at a family member that was on drugs for a long time. Thank God they got their life together. Hell yeah. And that's the kind of stuff I like to hear because you guys know, man, I've lost way too many that way. And I don't ever want to preach to you. I'm just here because I love you. And I just, through experience, I know what that stuff does. And maybe sometimes you feel like I'm being personal, like it hits you. Just realize that I know I was in that point that you are, and it has nothing to do with hurting your feelings. I'm just here to keep it real. And I know that hurts because you're feeling it, right? Like, that's what it is. And dog, I'm here. Like, and there is help out there and there is hope out there because I'm one of those people that was like, there ain't no way in effing hell that I'm ever quitting this thing that I wake up and do. I go to sleep and do. It just was who I was. I drank and drank and drank. And when my dad died, I just drank even more. So I used it as a crutch, man. And I don't ever want you guys to go out like that, man. And those of you that can drink, have a couple drinks, do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm not talking to you. You know what I mean? People get, but it's like, dog, this is to people like, and I know there's some people that can, drink a couple, smoke a little crack, shoot just a little heroin. That's cool, dude. That was not me. I drank to the extreme. So, hey, do whatever drugs you want, drink coffee, watch, all these things can get you. I'm just here to tell you, I love you. And that's all, man. Not here to judge. But yo, I appreciate that, man. And they might give you a shout out for your content on the show. Yo, that is what's up, my man Brian. And I appreciate you pointing that out. Always love to see. And Philly Mike, that's one of my dudes. So I know he shares the love, not like many others. But that's why if you've seen the content creators I bought on here, those are the ones I like. So you'll know that there's a lot of people out there that I've just watched over the years steal my stuff, and I can't stand that. I can't. And we're all a family here, man. We're trying to change the game, go up against the media. Let's band together and make this place better for the fans. I just never understood that, but Mike's one of those guys that understands, and he knows the process is about to be complete because we're taking over, baby. All about it. 13 months, that is impressive as hell. I remember the first month. It's just a lot of work. So keep doing your thing. We are all very proud of you. My man turning 40. I'm turning 38. And that realization settled in when I was like, 2 more years. I am over the hill. And I remember when you're younger, you're like, oh my God, that's so old. And now I'm like, now, wait a damn minute. Because I still mentally feel like I'm about 20 years old. So this is unfair. But a very happy birthday to you, my man, Anton. And I'm sorry. I did remember. We were talking about you. You weren't even on the show. We were talking about your birthday, trying to remember who it was. And now I can't even remember. But a big happy birthday to you, my friend. And right, I remember being a kid. I think it was because I wanted to be like Jimi Hendrix. Like, I'll be gone at 27. It's like, well, made it 10 past. So let's go. But the 12 years we just had my man Colin, I think he just said. But that's what's up. You guys are... I'm proud of you. One day is enough, man. But it does. It really does, man. And I'm just an old man trying to get by, right? So I always forget. And yep, that's a fact. That is a fact right there. But that's right, my man. Exactly. So what do I tell you guys? My new addiction. It's always been the Eagles, but now I just make a show about it. So that free time. There is no free time in my life. It is family. It is Eagles. It is work. That is all I got, man. And you guys are obviously a part of all that, man. So I love it. But I love to see you guys sharing that love. Let's go. It's funny when I found out me and Jimmy had to say, yeah, that's pretty cool, right? And love it, man. Love it. Wish I could send you a little birthday treat here, my friend. Hit the nail and hammer. I can actually enjoy my vacation, right? Let's go. Right. And honestly, as I started doing those things, I was like, holy shit. Like, what was I doing? Like, how was I going through lying? Oh, yeah, I just went to this concert. It was so cool. And it's like, you were pissing your pants, falling down the stairs. I never pissed my pants at a concert. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was never any of these things I paint in my head. Like, oh, that's how this was. Like, how many Eagles games have you been to? I don't know. There have been times where people ask me about this game, and I'm like, well, I was there. And it's like, I remember the big plays. And it's like, do you remember the highlights and people talking about it? So that's a tricky thing for me, man. I like being in control now. I'm actually scared shitless to ever. And someone had mentioned to me before, like, have you tried microdosing? And I was like, that is intriguing. I know some of the football players do that kind of stuff, and I've heard good things, but I'm petrified of letting that other person take over again. Like, I'm me, man, and I've been me for years, and I love that, man. I don't know what it is like that I was missing out on, dude, but I'm all about it. All about it. So you keep it up, and I'm always here for you. You know that. But very big thanks, Tiff, to the birthday love for me and Anton. Love it. But August baby up in here, he's giving you a little shout out here. And yo, my man Mark. Yo, brother, just about to roll out here, but I cannot thank you enough for tuning in, my friend. And you got July, dude. I've got like 16 in April, and it makes me want to seriously jump out of a window. It's just so much. And dude, I'm always here for you. And anything, and that's what I mean. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing out here. I would never tell you guys I know anything. I just want to let you know that I love you, and I've been through that world and try to give you what helps me. You know what I mean? And I was doing that today with that kid that had mentioned about trying to stop. And I was like, dude, please call me outside of work. I know nobody likes to talk about the stuff in front of all the other guys and what's going on with you and why you're homeless, why you got these things happening to you. Because, dog, I lived that life, and I know about throwing away everything, all for that sick little potion. So my heart breaks. You know what I mean? Like I was a victim. Watch my dad, watch a bunch of my friends from him be like, oh, alcohol doesn't kill people. I'm like, dog, no, I'm telling you, I watched it and they almost got me. Like it's real. Don't let the government trick you. I promise. You know what I mean? So, hey, you're all by yourself. Lil doesn't want to be. Okay. Think it's about time to wrap it up here, folks. I'm losing my mind. Let's go, Nina. I myself am almost rolling out here, so don't sweat it at all. Hope you had a great week. It has been one long week. I'm going to go eat some of this beautiful food down there, and then, well, I'm going to shower and probably pass right out. I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to say I'm going to work on that running back show, but I don't know if that's going to happen, baby. Now I'm going to try. I want to get that thing out to you. I really want to get this draft stuff broken down. So going to do my best, but you'll see me at some point tomorrow. Sunday, I'm going to do my best to get out here as well. But, hope you had a great week. Hope you and the family are doing well. And cannot thank you guys enough for all of the love. Liz, sharing that love. Love to see you guys. That's what's up. And Anton, we're birthday bros now, brother. That is what is up. I hope you enjoy yourself. And nobody wanted to say anything about August, even if they're there. They're like, nope, we're just going to leave Lil all by himself out there. So, yes, I am. And I'm intrigued by it, man. I am. And I'm going to do some more research on it and let you know, because I got a lot of stuff I know that's deep down in there. So maybe we can break that baby out and continue to get better. I'm all about 1% better every day. And no, I don't want to, because Karen Rogers said so. I've been talking about this stuff with some very high up people who work with some people that you guys all know, and the things they do that you guys don't know about. Oh my God. One day I'm going to be able to tell you guys some stuff. And it's just like, the sources I made, I mean, I don't know if there's better sources you can make. Like that they're friends that literally not only work with them, but get to hang out with them. And really, like, if you heard about the players that are like always falling asleep on the couch with them red eyes, having a good time, and like, I get some of the most insane stories, dude, and I'm all about it, all about it. Ooh, right at the cutoff there, Mark, right at the cutoff. Sagittarius in December, no doubt. I believe, well, I'm an Aries, got the horns. Oh, nope, I'm an eagle. Okay, guys, I think I'm losing it. Let's not kid ourselves here, but got two nieces and nephew birthday in April. Oh, dude, it is hell. It was my cousin. So, and you guys know Chelsea's the 27th of March, so it's like, once I started dating her, I'm like, well, might as well add on to the fun, right? My cousin said the 2nd, then I'm the 7th, then my nephew, my friend, and my cousin are on the 11th. Then you get my niece on the 18th, my mom on the 21st, and then another cousin on the 28th. And then there's like a couple of my family, and then Dom, of course, is on May 10th. So it's just like, God help me. God help me. But it is tough times. But dude, we got a Leo lion up in here. I've been called a lion. I think that's just because of the mane. Let's be real here. But shout out to the Leos. That's what's up. Sagittarius, Cancer. I never liked that one, right? It's like, why'd you have to give you guys that name? I just, okay. Somebody that, and I know there's actual meaning to it. I'm just saying, but somebody that's people with 15, that is, nope, just don't. I can't do it, man. Yeah, man, that's rough times. But bong it, too funny. But look, guys, I love you all, but I'm gonna get rolling out. Me and Gary got ourselves a little trip. Gary Payton, he'll lock your ass up. So, guys, I love you. I do. I really cannot thank you enough. Liz, another big shout out to you. That super chat means the world to me. I love you guys, though. Have yourselves a great rest of your Friday night. I'm seriously running on fumes. I'm saying stuff. I know I probably sound like I'm drinking or something, because I'm literally I need to eat. Going down, folks. But tomorrow I shall return. And if it's the running back video, it won't be live, but I do expect to be live. Maybe a Sicko Saturday or Sunday's happening at some point this weekend. So expect it, embrace it, enjoy it. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But look, if you guys need anything, I say it, but I truly mean it every show. Look, anything. Talk about the Eagles. And if that once you want to break the ice with that, let's go, man. And if you message me and I didn't answer, message me again. Tell me that you messaged me something, because I will always answer you. And I get a lot of stuff every single day in the messages and every single platform. I miss a lot of things. So do not feel bad about tagging me in something and tagging me again or comment, whatever it may be, man. Always here for you guys, but I know you're always here for me. So I try to extend my hand because I mean it. So proud of all you guys kicking ass out there. And I'm proud of you guys that are just rocking out, doing what you can. And you ever need a friend? I'm always here for you. Always, always, always. I'm trying to click these comments and I don't know what it is doing here, but you have a great night, man. I really appreciate you taking the time here. Hope you guys have a good Friday. Stay safe out there, whatever the hell you're doing, but go enjoy yourselves. I'll be back tomorrow. Go check out the quarterback video. The draft stuff started. And look, that one doesn't have much because we don't really need to focus on quarterback that much. But if you've seen in other years, there's content coming your way. And even the running backs, which is next, that's going to be a fun one. But Anton's getting it started. He knows exactly what I'm about to ask from you. So let me see it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. But it's all I've got for you. So if you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. Always subscribe down below if you'd like. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!